We're coming up now to the trailhead for the Desportes Island Nature Trail. Let's take a walk down this trail. It's about 1 o'clock with ideal conditions. I don't know how far this will continue, but the surface of this trail looks to me as if it might be accessible to wheelchairs if they didn't have too small tires. There are a few roots in the way, but the surface of the trail is fairly wide. I'll keep track here as we go along. Here's just a faint trail leading off the main trail. I'm sure it's not meant for most folks to take. Maybe it's a deer trail. And look at these surrounding woods. Talk about pleasant and peaceful. Here, just a few minutes down the trail, is another point of easy access that's much closer to the parking lot. For those folks who have limited mobility, this might be an easier place to start. Just walk over, get on the trail, you can't miss it, and walk down toward the woods. Oh my. About 7 or 8 minutes into the trail, you can see on both sides the lake. Keep in mind, we're headed toward the tip of this island, Desportes Island. It makes up the park's 238 acres. See that? Over here on the left of the trail, you can see the inlet that's just south of the park boat ramps, dock, and tackle store. There always is a bunch of interesting wildlife here, especially birds, when you approach it from a kayak. This really is an appealing hiking or a walking trail. I don't know what the official designation is, but it would be quite easy for anyone with one of those trail bikes as well. Don't know if they're allowed now, you'll have to check. But certainly they could go through here. What a pleasant walk. Here's a marshy area off to the right of the trail. I don't see the lake shining through, so it must be on some sort of inlet. I'll bet there's some fishing and wildlife there. Have to sit and be quiet for a while to see it, though. Some more wetlands over on the left-hand side of the trail. Very few bugs out now, but I'll bet in the summertime you'd want to bring some kind of protection. I was over here a few years ago at about the same time of year, but the vegetation and even the trail has changed considerably since then. Aha! A bench out here for those of us who may want to stop and enjoy nature. Not that we're tired now, but it is a nice place to sit down. Just look around you here. And there's the lake, not far from the shore. This looks like the beginning of a loop. It don't want us to go straight down. We're supposed to turn and go in this direction. Let's see what happens when we do. Right to the edge of the water. We've got a great view of all the boat traffic going back and forth. And heavens knows we can hear them. They should try kayaks. And there went a great blue heron. Just missed him. It looks like somebody other than the herons come down here to fish. It must be a great spot for that. We saw this when we passed by in the kayak yesterday. Had to. There goes one of our motorized friends. Looks like the park's done a lot of tree work in here in the past. Must be a few years ago, though, since most of the branches and the trunks that are down are partially decayed. Here, the trail isn't quite as smooth as it was at the beginning or even in the middle. So maybe folks in wheeled vehicles should turn around at that sign that says Nature Trail up there. Although it's pretty here, or at least interesting. Back over here, it's about as close to the swampy areas as we get along this trail. None of the trail I've seen so far is wet at all. There's that sign again, telling us to turn to go around the loop. And then I mentioned that the trail got a little rougher. This part of the trail, however, isn't all that bad. So folks in wheeled vehicles could go straight at that sign, disregarding its instruction, and come down here to the end of the loop. No problem. Here we are walking along the same trail on the way back. Going around the loop, it took between 35 and 40 minutes of very slow, meandering walking. So the whole thing can't take more than about an hour and a half, even if you stop to rest your eyes from time to time. And I hope you do and pay attention to this scenery. Back at the trailhead, just about an hour and 15 minutes. This is a terrific walk. If you have anyone in your camping party who's reluctant to hike on trails, this would be an ideal place to start. Bring them down here, and they'll soon be cured of their trail hiking phobia.